Peace. What's good? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of 60 Days of History with ZaZa Ali. Today is day 16, and we are going to be reading from the Shang Dynasty of China. And this section of the book comes from chapter 4, Africans in Asia, which was dedicated in honor of Ramoko Rashidi in his wonderful, great work, African Star Over the East, I believe it was, if I recall correctly. But yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And the image that you see on your screen right now is of the Shang Dynasty or from the Shang Dynasty of 1200 BCE. They found a lot of images that look very similar to this, others we have in the book that were made out of jade that date back to this time. The Shang, rather than the Jia, are still considered by most to be the first true dynasty of China. Like the Jia, the Shang were originally considered to be a myth. They were discovered because Chinese pharmacists were unknowingly selling oracle bones that the Shang had created. The pharmacists were selling them as dragon bones. These bones were first noticed in 1899, big difference, and by the 1920s. And by the 1920s, they were traced back to Anyang province, where the last Shang capital was found and excavated. Excavations were halted in 1937 when Japan attacked China. In the 1950s, an earlier Shang capital was found near present-day Zhou. Traditional Chinese history indicates that the Shang dynasty consisted of 30 kings and 7 different capitals. And you can see the images on your screen, which are so dope. Mind you, these are all dated back to more than 3,000, almost 4,000 years ago in ancient China. So on your left-hand side, you have China jade representing the Shang dynasty, and you can see the very prominent images, phenotype of the skin there. And then on the right, you have a Shang dynasty buffalo, which is dated back to 1800 BCE. And in the middle, a Shang dynasty whale, which is also made of jade. Excuse me. The Shang dynasty, China's first official dynasty, dating from the 18th century BCE, apparently had a black background, so much so that the conquering Zhou, I hope I'm saying that right, Zhou, Zhou, described them as having, quote, black and oily skin. Bronze vessels such as the lead tigris are an extremely important piece of evidence to help keep these cultures alive. Lead tigris is by far the most spectacular of such vessels. It is a U vase. In addition to lead tigris in the Cernuschi, right? Yes, Cernuschi Museum in Paris, there is a similar and near identical artifact in the Sumitomo collection in Kyoto, Japan. Lead tigris is from the late Shang dynasty period about 1250 BCE. It is from Hunan province and measures about 2 feet high. And it's interesting that, there is a tie here to Kyoto, Japan. A lot of things happened in Kyoto, Japan. Yasuke was a prominent figure in history in Kyoto, Japan, as well as Sakanuye no Tamawamaro, which are both featured in this chapter, Africans in Asia. Ancient People is a social studies and history textbook by ZaZa Ali. It is a 349-page historical expose focused on ancient civilizations around the world. Available in paperback and hardcover, this book places emphasis on vocabulary, spelling, critical thinking, and more. There are more than 450 photos included in the book as well. Hawaii's last monarchy, the Moors of Spain, the Kandakas of Ethiopia and Kush, the African presence in Asia, and Pharaoh Hatshepsut and the 18th dynasty. You can get more information by clicking the link in the description, or you can go to my website, ZaZaAli.com. Peace and love.